You don't want that virus. The only way I could describe it is a feeling that you would not have ever felt before.
Honestly, 6 months ago, I didn't see a future for myself, honestly.
And then with COVID striking, it just really sunk our ship.
This population is incredibly vulnerable, also incredibly resilient.
And they're here trying to live, trying to survive, and man, they are working hard.
One of our primary focuses during this pandemic has been the increased support for our residents experiencing homelessness to relieve pressure on our shelter system so our providers can provide more physical distancing. Today, we will open a new auxiliary shelter for women at the Denver Coliseum.
What this means is that we will have room for up to 300 women and transgender individuals across the spectrum. They will have personal sleeping spaces, and there's plenty of room in the Coliseum for people to move around, have meals, and relax. The new shelter will absorb guest capacity for some of our existing overnight emergency shelters for women.
I was the first person in on the first day that this opened. I was the first bed assigned. I spent my winter outside. I had no idea I could survive. Cold weather clothes and the grace of God. Left Arvada and came here to Denver in hopes that I could get into some kind of a women's program and get myself back up on my feet. When they said, hang on, there's not going to be, we can't get you into any housing, the whole country's on lockdown. But we're looking at opening up the Coliseum for shelter. So for us to get moved into here, it was heaven sent, really.
Well, I ended up at this shelter because of COVID-19. They had to move us out of our regular day-to-day as far as going in and out of the day shelters. They first took us to a rec center, and I think that at that point is when I realized I didn't feel good. And they tested me, and I tested positive. Told me I had a mild case, and then they put me into quarantine for 2 weeks in a motel. All different walks of life here. There's a misconception that people tend to put us all in one box.
So I work at the Gathering Place, which is a day center. So when we got the news that we were going to be helping with the auxiliary shelter, there was a lot of emotions that I think a lot of us felt. Personally, I was excited to be part of this new opportunity. I was terrified because at that time we were right in the beginning and kind of the intensity of COVID. And when we're hearing the best advice is to stay home, it's to stay away from people, and being told that we were going to the shelter with hundreds of people, it's the complete opposite of what we were supposed to be doing, was scary. Having access to PPE, having little lines on the floor of where people can stand, making sure people wash their hand. We did have access to testing, which was also a relief for a lot of us, knowing that not just the guests had it, but the staff did too, and seeing the numbers decline, and then eventually coming down to zero for weeks and then months at a time. It's working.
This COVID stopgap solution that is the Coliseum ended up being a real blessing in disguise because it gave us an opportunity to see what happens when you put everything together. So we have overnight shelters that then in the day residents need to check out and go do their services elsewhere, right? And then those other places that offer daytime services, but you can't stay overnight. And this is a different model, and I think we're showing that it really works.
The little black bubble right there is the stomach. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. What music is that?
Mozart. It's beautiful. I've been experiencing homelessness since April 9, 2018 when I got out of foster care. It's been a journey.
See the heartbeat?
I'm 18 weeks in 2 days. I really didn't have a good experience before coming here, growing up in foster care and everything, so I really never got the help. But when I got here, automatic ultrasounds, got me a doctor's appointment, helped me with medications, prenatals. They'll teach me coping skills. They'll like tell me like everything's gonna be okay and everything like that. Out of every place I've been in, my whole 2 years of homelessness, this, I have to honestly say, this has been the best.
This is her first pregnancy, so she's nervous. She has a lot of questions. She wants to do what's right for her baby. And so we're trying to provide her with that education. Each day she has some new questions that made her think. So she's learning, and so it's been nice to be here and watch that growth. I think what they've done here is amazing. Staff takes care of them. They're treated with respect and dignity.
International Medical Relief normally works all over the world. We're so grateful that so many of our volunteers have come alongside us to partner with us. We're based right here in Denver, Colorado, and to be able to be a part of this community is really special as well.
The doctors have actually helped me, with a lot of the different things to be able to get over, like I said, a lot of aches and pains that I've had. Denver helped me get on, some of my medications the right way.
I never once knew the homeless problem was so intense in Denver. I mean, I watch the news and I see it, but being side by side with them, watching them cry themselves to sleep or wake up in pain or talk about what happened to them on the street, it's kind of been a piece of the puzzle that I've never really had.
People who come to laundry are often kind of desperate because they may only have one change of clothes, and so they really need to get their laundry done that day. It's been nice to see that it's a necessary service for many of these people. Like, they don't have a safe, comfortable place to go during the day. When we get new guests and they find out that we have laundry and showers, their response is like, "What? You have laundry? You have showers?" Like, that's awesome.
Because I can miss a day or two, but not for long. I have to take a shower, especially in this heat. And I've always had a steady place, but things got rough. I was doing temp jobs, my friend got ill, and I wasn't working. We lost our place. I've never been on my own. It's a first. I'm hoping that maybe by my birthday, by the end of the year, I'll have something. I'll have a job of some sort. With this workout or not, don't matter. Make an effort. I'll have some kind of a stable situation.
Everyone's goal is to have our guests end up in a better place than when they came. We've been able to get services that guests need in a more efficient and more effective way. There is a much better path to housing here, I think, than there has been before.
They've helped me get on food stamps. They've helped me get a place to live. I have more friends than I could ever have. I wouldn't change it for anything in the world.
Look out, Karen, here we go. Give your wave. Woo! They're gonna take really good care of you. You're gonna make amazing friends. It's gonna be happy and cool. You're gonna have air conditioning, I hear.
Oh, cool.
We don't have to go back to the way things were, and there's actually all of these doors and opportunities that have come up through this process. And so I think we're actually moving through COVID and moving through whatever this is. We're gonna be in a better place than we were before this happened.
In my mind, it's really not about, doing things for anybody. It's about empowering them.
I mean, I'm a woman. I could have made different choices in my life. They made choices in their life that brought them to right here. But I want to be part of a better tomorrow.
These workers, these people here actually really care.
Anybody could end up in this situation. There's college-educated people here.
No one is meant to be on the street. No one.